What's up, everybody? It's been a while since you've seen us. We've been in the garage hammering down. We've got like 7 skis out since the last time we filmed, and we just had such a big backlog we didn't want to do any more filming. We're not sure if we're going to keep filming or not, but we're doing a video today to kind of show one of the builds we did, and then we're going to put turf bumpers on it. Our turf bumpers are now compatible with OEM bumpers right over the OEMs. Don't have to remove them anymore. So we'll go over this whole ski. This is a build on a 98 SPX, probably one of the cleanest 98s we've ever had. Came out perfect. Like, everything was wet sanded from 800 to like 3500, polished out to a mirror finish. We painted our hood black with automotive paint. Underneath the ski, we got a full Rossier pipe setup. We got one of my race build engines. So it's got a different RV cover. It's got a Rossier RV cover. It's got a milled head. Squishes about like 0.054-ish. It runs 93 octane. It is still oil injected. We got like 20 hours on this customer's build so far before it goes off to Texas, because we want to rigorously test it before it leaves for such a long way. So if you're wondering ever if you can do performance adders with oil injection, 100%, as long as that timing mark's all lined up. Never had an issue with it. So we got all that done. We got a 1722 swirl prop in it from Scat, which you can't get anymore, but if you can find one, probably the best adder. There's a Solus 85-88 nozzle on it. It has our trim tabs, which are in our store. These are 3-degree R&D replicas. They can come in either unfinished aluminum, or they can come in powder coated black, or we can powder coat them any color under the sun that you want. You just have to wait a little bit longer for us. It's got some of our original store adders, which aren't available anymore, like our carbon fiber delete plates. It's got full UMI with a bar pad, a 3-button holder. This is a GT manufacturing throttle. It's got a hump seat. We also did the hump seat adder that we did in our last video, or a couple videos ago, because it makes the hump seat a little taller and I like the look of it better. Finished up with a jet trim. Graphics, of course, are PWC graphics from Mike Stowe, as always. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, it's got an R&D scoop crate, but it's got the more aggressive scoop crate. It's called the number 2. A little hard to find, but they're super nice.
What about the turf, bro? It's all turfed out.
Oh, yeah. So we got the ankle bangers on it. The ankle bangers are available in our store. It's got a full HydroTurf kit, which we're considering carrying. So if you guys want to be able to get it off of our site, let us know. But the ankle bangers are super nice. I think it just adds such a nice contrast down the side of it.
And it's nice for riding.
Yeah, it's super nice for riding.
And then today we're going to add our turf bumpers.
Yeah, we're going to put turf bumpers on it to match. It's got our delete vents on it already too. Those are on our store, TaylorWrench.com. So this thing's 100% buttoned up, fully restored, and ready to go off to Texas. But like Nick said earlier before, we're going to add turf bumpers. So we're going to go through how to do turf bumpers again, just very briefly in this video. It's not really much different than putting it over the glass, but we'll go through a couple steps of what we do to prep the bumpers so that they stay on. All right, so the first step we did, which we're not gonna show because it's pitch black out and it's getting cold in Chicago and me and Nick are sissies, is that we took diluted dish soap water with a gray Scotch-Brite pad and we scrubbed down the bumpers. The reason being is that originally when I sent the pictures over to him, he was like, I like the bumpers, they look super nice, but maybe put turf on it, which I didn't see coming, so I did like all the wiping with like the wipe new and everything to make it look all nice and shiny, the trim coating. So I had to get the trim coating off, and then we're gonna go around it now. We're gonna take a rag with our secret sauce that we always use on our channel, acetone. We're gonna take a clean rag, acetone it, wipe the whole thing down, and then we're gonna flip the rag, make sure it's still wet with acetone, wipe it down, and then 50-50. If you think there was a lot of wax buildup or anything else for buffing it, any type of compounds, silicones, anything, get a new rag. But since I know I already washed this down with dish soap, I'm gonna flip the rag and then wipe it down again, and then I'm gonna flip it again, wipe it down again. So I'm gonna wipe it 4 times. It seems excessive, but I wanna make sure all of that trim coating is completely off because the dish soap didn't do it alone. And then we'll come back and we'll show you the prep wipes and how to start applying it.
On the rag, what you got?
So no matter what you do, whether it's got silicone on it, wax, whatever you're trying to get off, it'll always do this. Like I'm sure you've seen it on our channel before if you watched our videos. This is how we restore the rub rails, is that we use acetone, then we go around. My hand's like completely wet, it's probably not good. So we restore it with acetone because it like melts the rubber back and makes it a nice black again. So if you have like really dull faded trim, you can wipe over it with acetone fast like I was doing, and it comes back. But no matter what, you're gonna have this. So when you start wiping, you're like, holy shit, this thing's really dirty. It's not that dirty. Like I just did the whole thing, and if I do it again, like if I start a new pass, it'll still come black. Another thing to note is if you're doing this after you did graphics, like ours dips down the whole side of the ski, the acetone will ruin the clear finish that they apply on the decal after like it's printed. So don't touch your graphics, especially if you have new graphics, with this acetone, because it'll wrinkle up, you'll ruin your graphics.
So probably something to do before you put graphics on.
Or be careful with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it ruins graphics for a reason because I've done it. I mean, kind of sucks, but it doesn't really affect OEM graphics for whatever reason. I don't know if it's like, you know, the new like doesn't give you cancer materials, or it probably gives you worse cancer, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah. So we're on our second coat now, our second pass now, right? So I have the same amount of black. And if you look at the bumpers, like the bumpers look really nice now.
Yeah, they look nice. And they took the shine out too, which was probably some of that left over.
Yeah.
Back to black.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna wipe it down 2 more times. I just flipped my rag. I'm gonna wipe it down 2 more times, and then I'll get the turf, mark it, and start applying it to the bumpers. All right, so before in our previous video, we showed you like the measurements, how to mark this out. But you know, sometimes you do stupid things and don't think. So I make sure the ends are complete, and then I kind of walk it down and make a fold mark. And then once I have my fold mark, I obviously know it's the center. So then I take a razor blade, which I don't have in my pocket anymore, and I'll lightly score this so that I can unflap both sides. And then once you have the sides unflapped, you're gonna go to your center, which is like center of your bow or your rear toe hook, and you're gonna stick the center and then pick a side. So if you wanna go right or left, whatever way you wanna go, stick the center, peel back a little bit of the paper like up to here, and start applying it, and then work your way that way. We'll show you, obviously, but I'm just walking you through it because I don't have a razor blade to show you. So first and foremost, if you open one of these prep wipes and they are dry, immediately contact us. Number one, these 3M prep wipes for 3 of them are like, what, 25 bucks?
Yeah.
They're expensive. So if they're dry, we need to know about it so that we can not only send you a new one or ones, but we can also like figure out what happened on 3M's side, because these are name brand pads that are so expensive they should not have a problem. So I know I said that I'm only applying up to a certain point, but since you have 3 pads with enough material to do the entire ski, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna work your way around the ski. 3 pads.
Probably should wear gloves too, just
yeah,
pro
probably.
tip.
3 pads do plenty of the ski, like you have stuff left over. So my first bumper is gonna like stop up to there, right? So make sure you get the whole bumper, top, sides, bottom. Then I'm gonna take it to the other side. I'm gonna flip the pad over, top, sides, and bottom, right? Your hands will be sticky. Also, since you, if you're wearing gloves or not, now that your hands have the adhesion promoter on it, this will stick really hard. So find your center, right? Because your center is obviously where this piece of paper ends. So I'm gonna find my center. I'm gonna put it right up to the edge of the bumper. Make sure it's 100% straight. Push that down pretty firm. Now that I have that, I'm gonna walk the paper off, like I said in the beginning, and I'm just gonna match up my turf with the edge of the bumper. Okay, so now you're working on a turn. So you wanna like adhere to like here, right? Like a half inch, like 3/4 inch before. And when you do this, you're gonna have a firm hand here, and you're going to start turning your turf while pushing with your index finger. So you can go across the entire curvature of the rear, right? So stick that pretty good. Then we're gonna go, this will start folding on you, down, perfectly fine. Okay. just like that. Right, and then when you get to the end of the paper again, watch your fingers because you'll end up taking some of the glue with it. So now you can take your palm, firmly press it down because it's pressure sensitive adhesive. Push it down all the way that you did. Okay, now we'll come back and we'll stick the rest of that. So we want to do exactly what we just did on this side. So we'll lift it up a little bit, pull our paper. Again, edge of the bumper. Just follow your end of it. Okay, so we're at this point again. This is a little bit trickier for me since I'm right-handed and I'm not that skilled. Yeah, definitely lock your dolly.
Yeah. That's why I'm here.
Thanks, buddy. The left side's always more challenging for me.
It's 'cause it's your,
I guess this would be the right side.
it's your weekend.
Take my weekend, child.
Take my small hand.
Right, so you're gonna push the whole corner down. Make sure it's 100% stuck because you're gonna start pulling it the opposite way. You don't want to unstick it. Obviously, don't contaminate what you wiped. So once you wipe it with the prep wipe, do not go back and like feel if it's sticky or anything. Okay, so that's our rear piece. I take my fingers, if you know your fingers are still clean, right? Like if you were dealing with anything else, you walked away from this and your fingers you think have oil on them or something else, don't touch the bottom of this because we need it to stick. So I pull it very lightly and make my curve. And then I'll go and push it on the face. But you don't want to go too much because it'll start like pulling the bumper back. Okay? So there's our whole face and around our curve. And we'll come back here. Pull this a little bit. Alright, now you got your whole face. You're gonna walk around and just kind of make sure it's adhered. And then once it's all adhered, you're gonna take your palm and just curl it with your index fingers. I guess that wouldn't be your index fingers, your regular damn fingers.
Give it a good squeeze.
Yeah, so just squeeze it. So here's to the bottom. This is the perfect cut so that it's not getting a ton of water pushed against it all the time. Okay, there's one piece.
One down, 3 to go.
It looks much nicer. Well, I wouldn't say much nicer, but it looks really nice over the factory bumpers for a couple reasons. Number one, it makes them look a little bit beefier, which I like.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that if you decide one day you don't want turf on your bumpers anymore, you can take it off, acetone all the glue off, and you have bumpers again. So there's that. But the turf bumpers over real bumpers, we tested before we decided to actually like implement it. We did it on my green race ski and they held up the whole summer. So we know that they're good. People have asked before, like, what if I bang it against a dock? Well, yeah, dude, if you bang it against a dock, it's foam. So it's gonna get messed up. I don't try to bang my skis against docks, so I've never had a problem. But if you were to have a problem to where you ripped a section or whatever, if you just shoot us an email and say, hey, I need this, a couple inches or a foot, whatever, of turf, we can make it happen. So you don't have to buy a whole new kit just to replace it. Just let us know. One thing that I do when I install turf bumpers, which you don't have to, but I do it because I'm anal as shit, is that I want to make sure that I catch this so it looks like one fluid piece. So if you look at your turf, where our cut is, you have like pretty much 50% of the marking. And then you have these little tiny tails, right? So 50% that goes to tail. So it would line up here, right? So we're gonna take this and we're going to mark out where we think it is, just close, okay? So, or you could do it, if you really wanted to, you could do it with this piece, but we're gonna do it with this piece. So we're gonna mark out what we have, and we're gonna end up cutting it. So we'll end up cutting it like right there. Just make sure it's straight. Like if you don't think you can cut straight, don't do it.
So as you can see, the diamonds.
The diamonds in the sky.
The diamonds line up.
So the rest of this install is pretty easy because you're just laying it straight, and the curve is so minimal towards the bow that it doesn't really affect anything.
I think you just gotta take your time, you know?
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, prep is key.
Yes.
Prep is key. Like, nothing's gonna stick. Like the same thing. Like if you wax your ski, and then order a graphics kit and put your graphics on, and then you're like, oh, these graphics are junk, they don't stick. Well, yeah, dude, because you have silicone all over your hull. Of course they're not gonna stick. So you gotta prep it. Just like anything else that's a sticker. This is just a foam sticker. So the front, this is a little bit different than the kit that we use today, just because the kit we use today is 4-piece, this is 3-piece. Like I said before, this kit is far harder to put on because it's so firm. But your 4-piece will be piece in the back, piece on each side, and then a piece for the front. It's easier because you can get your front dead center, so you're gonna do the same thing for the rear, which I install the rear first, then install the front, and then install my sides, because once I have my front on, it's center, and then I just fill in my sides. This one's a little bit trickier because you'll stop off at your front and you gotta somehow cut the length that you think you need and then match up the sides. So our new kit's improved in many levels, but it's the same technique, so it doesn't really matter.
Got all 3 sides. No YouTube magic. Alright guys, we hope you enjoyed that video. Just a reminder, all of these products are available on our website, todaywewrench.com. We have turf kits, handlebar kits. We did get a limited supply of nozzles as well, jet kits. If you can't find something you're looking for, send us a message or leave us a comment below. We can help you out. If you also have any questions regarding installation, or if you have any issues with the wet wipes or any turf, let us know. We are running a Black Friday / Cyber Monday sale. Use code TURKEY15 to get 15% off your order. And hopefully, again, you guys enjoy that. Happy holidays, and we'll see you on the next video.